everyone, so today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my experience on watching Pentagon's online concert, We Live. The concert was definitely fun, very interesting, a lot of surprises, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. So the concert was split into 5 different chapters, and in this video I'll share with you guys my favorite moments from each chapter. So if you guys want a full recap with complete details and everything, then check out my blog. I wrote a complete blog post, everything about their online concert. I put a lot of details in there, and yeah, I spent a lot of work on that blog post. So I will link the blog on the description box below so you guys could read it. So yes, I do want to point out I have their lovely albums here. I still need the other version of The Black Hall, and I do have both versions of their latest album, the Seen and Unseen version. They are gorgeous albums. I'm kind of thinking if I should just start collecting Pentagon albums, but I feel like that would be a very expensive hobby. But anyway, so yeah, so that's my little collection. All right, so let's start Pentagon's concert recap experience video. Obviously, this online concert started really late at night for me, or early in the morning, depends on how you look at it. So yes, basically I got 0 sleep, but it was totally worth it because this concert, like I mentioned, it was really fun. So the first part of their show is called Chapter 1, We Live in This World. And the song to start off the night is none other than their epic song, Vascow. That is one of my top favorite songs of 2020, hands down. If you guys haven't seen their performance of it on Road to Kingdom or their music video for it, please do. But I thought it was such an epic way to start the night. For sure. And on top of that, Yenan was part of it. It was so good to see him performing this song. So I will point out that there was some technical difficulties in terms of streaming, I think for international viewers, but it was quickly resolved and we were able to watch the whole show. But yeah, there were some parts of the performance for Vascow that we kind of missed, but from what I saw, it was amazing, incredible, show-stopping, even though it's the opening of the show, but I love it. 10 out of 10, amazing. And then they performed their debut song, Gorilla, followed by You Can Feel It. I mean, obviously it's sad that Jinho wasn't there because, you know, he's serving in the military, but I think the guys did a great job in just performing all these songs. So I do want to point out, Kino definitely got my attention basically the whole night, especially these first 3 performances. I have to say his stage presence is phenomenal. His facial expressions in every song that he performed, he was really into it, and definitely got my attention. He's not my bias, but he became my bias wrecker. And at this point in Pentagon, I have like 3 bias wreckers. So yeah. It's really hard to pick in Pentagon. All the guys stood out at certain parts of the concert, but Kino for sure, especially in the start. So obviously we welcomed everyone that was watching, and there was a live chat, and Jinho was actually writing in the chat. So it was fun seeing his response to the different stages and things like that, and I just thought it was nice that he was still part of it. So when it was Yewon's turn to speak and welcome the audience, he gave everyone a slight spoiler on his performance. He took off his jacket, revealing his shoulders, and he was wearing like this tank top, sleeveless top. And everyone in the chat went crazy. I was thinking, I did not know what we could expect, but I knew it was probably gonna be something sexy for sure. After they welcomed everyone, then they performed none other than The Black Hall. I have to say, I believe this is the sexiest performance that Pentagon has done. I think this is the sexiest song that they've performed as a group. It was definitely jaw-dropping, incredible, left everyone speechless. I loved it. All right, so the next section of the show is Chapter 2, We Live in Colors. So in this section of the performances, it was specifically duos. And Hui and Shinwon started it, and they performed their unreleased song called WTH, or What the Heck. And that song is just full-on rock. They went all out in this performance. First of all, I never thought that I'd ever see Hui and Shinwon performed such a hard rock song with so much passion, and they had dancers, strobing red lights, they had everything. They went so all in, and I never thought I'd ever see them do that, but they did, and I'm happy that they did, because this definitely showed a different side to Hui, especially Shinwon. And of course, Hui and his high notes, amazing as always, but I loved seeing Shinwon really go all out in this performance. He was owning it, and it was so good. definitely very interesting, but very good. So next up is Yuto and Wooseok. So I'm not sure if I have the translations correct. Yuto performed his song called Toxic, and then Wooseok performed his song Always Difficult, Always Beautiful, and then together they performed a song called Repeat. So in the song that they sang together, we were able to hear their vocals. I think both of them on stage was so fun to watch, and I just think they're a great team. So speaking of vocals, next up is Hoseok and Yenan, and they performed a beautiful cover of Ailey's song I Will Go To You Like the First Snow. And I do want to point out the stage setup was incredible. I loved seeing the screens on the floor and the walls. I talk more about it in my blog. Yeah, once again, you guys should totally check out my blog post. But their vocals, Hoseok was standing on one side and Yenan in the other, but it was so beautiful. It was just, oh my gosh, I melt. I literally melt. So the next performance I think is one of the most talked about performances of the night for sure, and it was Yewon and Kino's cover of Taemin's Move. The spoiler that Yewon gave in the beginning of the show, it was for this performance. So first of all, Yewon started out the song, he had dancers, and that man can move. What shocked me was when Kino came in the second half of the song. I didn't know any of this was gonna happen. It was just one shock after another, and then both of them performing this song. I don't know how they could be that smooth. I was speechless. I was amazed. I mean, I think they definitely did the song justice for sure. I mean, and covering any of Taemin's songs is not easy, but they did it with so much ease and charisma. Yeah, that performance got a lot of attention. So yeah. So the next section of the show is called Chapter 3, We Live Young. In this part of the show, they performed a skit. All the members were in Pentagon High, and Yewon was the teacher and Kino was the new student. And basically, Kino had to choose which club to join, whether it's Hui and Shinwon's rock club, or Yuto or Wooseok, or Hoseok and Yenan's film club, or Yewon's dance club. It was really interesting, and the fact that they described Kino as this sweet, shy, innocent boy right after he literally performed Move. I just thought that contrast was hilarious. How here he's playing this sweet, innocent guy when literally a few minutes ago he was performing the most sexiest performance ever. But overall, in this skit, we do see Pentagon's chaotic energy. I loved it. And they also had a cardboard cutout of Jinho in the back. It was definitely very, very entertaining and really, really funny. After their skit, they performed their song Happiness, which is so fun. And then of course, they performed none other than Shine. It was probably, I don't know what time it was. I think it was like probably 2 in the morning or something, but I was literally singing and dancing to that song because honestly, who doesn't dance to Shine when it comes on? But it was so fun. And then after Shine, they performed Naughty Boy, and that is the complete contrast, the complete opposite to their performance of The Black Hall, because The Black Hall is dark and sexy and Naughty Boy is so bright, fun, happy, and cute. Very cute. They had like these animations of frogs on the screens and all the guys were just smiling. It was so fun to watch. Again, the duality that Pentagon has, they could literally be dark and sexy one minute and then the next minute they could be happy, bright, and cute. I don't know how they do it, but seeing that duality, amazing. And then afterwards, they performed one of my favorite songs, which is Spring Snow. And just like everyone else, I was thinking of Jinho during that performance. I feel like in this performance of Spring Snow, the guys were really just having fun, just taking it all in. And you know, the fact that, again, the first snow of South Korea fell the day of their concert, I thought that was very special. And again, I love seeing them perform that song. So after their performance, they played a video, which is an interview type video, and they asked them, what does the stage mean to you? When do you feel most alive when you're on stage? And things like that. So I wrote about their responses on those questions in my blog, but they were very, very honest in their answers, especially Hui. Next up is Chapter 4, and it is We Live on Stage. The guys come out in white suits looking dashing. Amazing. By the way, I do want to thank their stylist. The entire night, all the guys were styled so well. Amazing. Props to their stylist. They did a fantastic job. They performed their songs Paradise and You Like, which is from their latest album, and I believe this was their first time performing those songs, and it was just so fun seeing the guys perform it. I thought the graphics on screens, the whole stage was amazing. And then after, they performed Shalala, and I think out of all the stage projections that they had, I think the design for Shalala was definitely one of my favorites. I have no idea how the guys kept their energy, but they kept it. Shalala was so fun. I was singing and dancing to that song as well. After they performed Shalala, they spoke to the audience, and in my blog I do share what they said and stuff, so I'm just gonna move on. So then they performed their beautiful song, none other than Daisy. I love seeing how much emotion the guys still have. After performing all these songs, they still have the energy and they still performed this song with so much elegance and emotion, and it was so good. And by the way, at this point, we said that this was going to be their last stage. But of course, like, you know, with every concert, there's always an encore. After they performed Daisy, they showed sort of like an iPhone charger type of thing on screen. And then once it was fully charged, then they showed different text messages from each member to their fans' universe. And it was the cutest thing ever. It was so adorable. They shared sweet messages like they miss universe and, you know, everything's gonna be all right and all those cute messages. It was so sweet. So now on to the encore stage, which is chapter 5, We Live in Universe. And of course, this is meant for their fans' universe. So they performed their song Nostalgia, and a beautiful thing happened. So suddenly we hear these other voices sing the song, and then suddenly the screens show Universe holding their light sticks, dancing and singing to the song Nostalgia. And some of the members got emotional, and after they performed the song, Hoseok said that this was not part of the plan. It wasn't part of the script. During rehearsals, they never knew about that, and it was definitely a surprise to them. And I thought that was so sweet. So at this point, all the members share what they felt and thanking Universe for watching and all that stuff. Again, more details about that in my blog. So the last song that they performed is their unreleased song, but they will be releasing it December 18th, and it is Eternal Flame, and Kino wrote the song. And the song is so beautiful. They had the lyrics on screen, and honestly, immediately that became my new favorite song from Pentagon for sure. The lyrics are so beautiful, and at one point I got emotional listening to it, and the members were emotional as well. And one part in particular was when all the members raised their mics and you hear Jinho's voice. So Jinho was actually able to record the song before he enlisted, and it was so wonderful hearing his voice. So after the song, the members said their goodbyes, and basically that's how the night ended. So I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of surprised that Hui didn't cry once, or at least not that I know of, throughout the concert. I'm pretty sure he did get emotional in some moments, but he didn't actually cry. Because I believe this is his last concert before he has to enlist in the military. So obviously this concert is extremely special for the group, and especially for Hui. But I like how he kept things positive and upbeat, because I feel like if he would have started to cry, then everybody would have cried, then I would have cried, because he's my bias. But overall, it was a wonderful show. It was so energetic, so fun, so lively. Those surprise stages definitely left me speechless at some points, but speechless in a good way. It was definitely worth losing sleep over. I didn't have any sleep for that day at all, but it was totally worth it. It was fun, and I cannot wait for them to officially release their song Eternal Flame. So I hope you guys enjoyed this concert recap experience video. Once again, I have a lot more detail, and I talk about each song that they performed in my blog. Once again, I will link it so you guys could read it. So I said this in my last concert recap video, but I am someone that would usually go to concerts, but because of, you know, this whole thing going on in the world, we can't. But again, I am very happy that we are able to have at least online concerts, because once again, it is very important for the artists and the fans, and this is a wonderful way in which both the fans and the artists can connect. So if you guys are new to my channel, hello and welcome. You guys could feel free to subscribe. I post reaction videos on a weekly basis, and I also have a blog, and in my blog I usually talk about comebacks, album reviews, and song reviews. I will link it, like I said, on the description box below, along with my social medias. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys next time.